Hello everyone, this is LW Gaming and welcome back for another video of Sword of Convallaria. And today we're going to take a look at what's been added for this week's update. So let's take out the events and see what we got here. And hold on a minute. And so far we are currently on the 24th of October. Few days away from Halloween, of course. So anyways, we got March of Dominion, which will feature the new character, which yeah. Anyways, let me claim this real quick so that I can get a little bit of a bonus here. So Camelot, I believe, is a new character, which I think is oh yeah, it is the banner. I was thinking, like, what is this? Is it the event or what? It's actually a banner. So. Anyways, I believe the more you summon here, the better the rewards you'll get in return. Up to the total of 210 of the summoning. And let's see, what else do we have here? Universal Deravization, I think. Okay, there we go. There's the other event, which I think I already covered before, so I'm not going to be showing this again. We also have Voyager Condendrum, so gather up with your guild to level up what code it is for each day, and this will be run for a week. So make sure you log in every day within this week to get these rewards in. So first, let me take a look at what is the first code, so I can try to type it in. And looks like the game is really having a hard time processing the connection somehow. Okay, the code for today is 90712. Okay, 90712. Let's go in here, 90712. Let's type that in. 90712. There we go. That's how you get it. And also claim these once you got your things done. Okay, I'm gonna have to do like on the certain things, so let's do this. There we go. Got that one. That one's very important. Share once in the guild chat, which I'll do later. Now let's go to the banner, because I did notice that there's like a banner featuring in the events already, so we might kind of got spoiled who it was, but anyways, this is a new character. So we got Camelot. He's gonna be an interesting unit to have. That's for sure. And also alongside this banner, there's also this banner here called Astral Imprint, which is called Surtur of the Darkfire Axe. So the name Surtur is like a Greek mythology, or whatever that was. So let's take a look at what this Camelot is about. This is what he looks at initially as a 1-star, and this is what he looks at as a 5-star. So let's read through what he's about. His trait, called Predator's Law, increases max HP by 50% and decreases percentage damage taken by 35%. Ignores block, generates 20% lifesteal, and gains toughness. Oh my, this one sounds pretty nuts at the beginning. And at the start of battle, adds 15% of HP to physical attack, and gains an additional skill, which will be the Declaration of Conquest. Before launching an active AoE attack, inflicts 3 stacks of Corician? I think that's how you call it. Anyways, Corician is what I will pronounce it by, but if that's not right, then I apologize. On the target for 2 turns. If the target is already inflicted with Corician, the character gains Act Again and regroup for 2 turns, and recovers 1 NRG, which can be triggered up to 1 time per round. After the first active AoE attack, each round gains a physical shield equal to 20% of HP. Yeah, this guy is not something you should mess around with. Like, he is pretty nuts. Let alone his trait. Absolutely crazy. Next up we got is Crushing, which is his basic attack. Basic unique attack, actually. Deals 120% AoE physical damage to all enemies in a 3x2 area in the target direction, knocking the first enemy in each column back by 1 tile. Decreases skill multiplier by 15% for each 1 additional enemy hit to the minimum of 90%. Skill multiplier is fixed at 120% to targets within 6 stacks of Corisian. So let's see what these buffs are, because I forgot to check what these are. So Declaration of Conquest is an instant skill. This one attacks a designated target, deals 30% AoE damage. After attacking, inflicts 6 stacks of the stacks that I'm about to say here on the target for 2 turns. The character gains Disdain for 4 turns and a physical shield equal to 30% of HP. And the Corisians is a debuff. When attacking Camelot, reduces the character's attack. When attacked by Camelot, reduces the character's defense by 1% of Camelot's max HP, stackable up to 6 times. When attacking or being attacked by the Union characters, the reduction equals 0.5% of Camelot's max HP. The effect cannot be dispelled or immunized, and then the regroup is a mark, which cannot gain act again effect from traits, cannot be dispelled or immunized. If this effect gained doing extra act, reduces duration by 1 turn. Okay, pretty fair. And this thing is a buff, increases damage by 10% against target with a Corisian. If the target has 6 stacks of Corisian, increases damage to 30%. After being attacked by enemies within 6 stacks of Corisian, if in an injured state, recovers 35% HP. Can be triggered up to 1 time per round, and again, this effect cannot be dispelled or immunized. Okay, yeah, this guy is nuts. Very, very nuts. Well, maybe I should say disgusting, to say the least. So anyways, let's move on to the next skill, which is his reaction skill, called King's Fighting Spirit. It is a reaction skill, decreases physical damage taken by 15%. When hit, acts instantly, recovers 30% HP, and dispels all debuffs from the character. And this can be triggered each time after 5 turns. So this is not broken, as far as I know. But I mean, this one basically reminds me of like certain characters in Languisher when they get hit, they act again on their own, and then that's what it does. They kind of like this game kind of inherits that kind of aspect into Camelot. So back to this skill right here, Crushing. Even though this is considered AoE skill, it's best to hit less enemies as possible, because the more enemies you hit, the less damage you deal with this skill. So just be mindful of using this skill, because even though it is AoE, even some of you guys might be thinking, isn't this best against a group of units? You're not wrong, but however, for this skill, you do need to make sure you hit like less as possible with this one. So like the minimum of 2 should do just fine, but if you hit more than 2, then you're gonna deal less damage. Okay, moving on, it is the class skill called Verdict. Solo Carry. It's an instant skill, jumps to the target location and deals 40% AoE damage to all enemies within a 1 tower radius of the target, inflicting reaction skill block for 2 turns. After attacking, the skill switches to Verdict Army's Fall and remains available for 2 turns. Yeah, that's actually pretty nuts. And it's an instant skill, so that means you can use another skill right away. And then this will have like a reaction skill block, which is absolutely nuts. And then the other skill called Verdict Army's Fall. This one is another AoE damage that does 100% to all enemies within a 3x3 area in the target direction, and inflicts Isolate for 2 turns. After attacking, the skill switches to Verdict World of Conquest, which is another skill, and that will remain available for 2 turns. And then Verdict World of Conquest is also here. It does physical damage, jumps to a target location, and deals 170% AoE damage to all enemies within 3 tiles of the target. Decreases skill multiplier by 15% for each 1 additional enemy hit to a maximum of 110%. Skill multiplier is fixed at 170% to targets with 6 stacks of Corisian. Inflicts stun on target in a 1 tile radius in the center for 1 turn. After attacking, the skill switches to Verdict Solo Carry, which is back to the first phase. So far, that is pretty nasty if used in the combo. And then next up we got is another class skill. It's called Throne of Ashes. Physical damage. Deals 50% AoE damage to all enemies within 3 tiles of the character and steals 1 buff from the target. Before attacking, inflicts 2 stacks of Corician on the target for 2 turns. After attacking, gains physical shield equal to 10% HP. For each 1 enemy hit, additionally gains physical shield equal to 10% HP. Okay, so basically the more enemies you hit with this skill, you get the higher your shield will become. Pretty nice to get for defensive measures. And finally we got class skill called which is a leader's aura, Proud Lionheart. This one boosts all the Union allies in battle, increases attack by 10%, defense by 20%. If they are healthy, increases damage by 10%. If their physical shield value is greater than 30% of HP, additionally increases attack by 10%. So basically for this leader's aura to work effectively is that ensure that you have units that has a shield, physical shield, on them to be able to attack harder. Like their attack will be increased by 10%, which doesn't sound much, but it adds up over time. As part of the factions, if you guys didn't tell about what leaders are he has, he's a part of the Union, as well as part of Fortitude as well, and his class is Breaker. Now let's give him a try and see what he's about. Character trial, Camelot's challenge. Let's do this. There you go, defeat all enemies. Is this the Sea of Chaos? Uh-oh. It's more vast and endless than any land or ocean I've ever seen. And your wish is to change all of this? This place certainly isn't like the tavern back in the town of Convallaria. Not exactly ideal for conversations. Step back, leader. I'll take command of this battlefield. That's too weak! Camelot's declaration of conquest and AoE attack inflicts Corician on enemies. Enemies within Corician have their attack and defense reduced based on Camelot's max HP. When fighting him, higher stacks means bigger reductions. Try using Declaration of Conquest on the enemy ahead. Alright, let's do that. Let's move right here and then do this. Such pitiful attacks. It's not even a real battle. Basic attack crushing unlocked. If you're going to challenge me, just show what you really are. Whether a warrior or king, there is only one response to a challenge. Come then, let me see what this world has to offer. Skill Throne of Ash unlocked. Grants massive shield value based on the number of enemies damaged. Skill Verdict Solo Carry unlocked. Deals multiple high damage hits to enemies within range. Okay, let's see. Which one should we do first? Actually, hold on. What happens if I do... No, hold on. I'm trying to think, what is the best use here? I think I'll do this. Okay, let's do this. Hold on. No, I think that's my only option here. Oh, wait. Hold on. Maybe if I can... Yeah, this will do. And then I'm gonna jump right in the middle of everything. Okay. And then let's go. Actually, wait. Would it be better if I hit them from the back of everything? Oh yeah, here we go. Jumping in. Ouch. Alright, let's finish the job. Leader, does the Sea of Chaos have an end? Nobody knows, I suppose. Next to it, even kings and armies look so small. That's true. But even so, I'm still aiming to reshape this world. Ha ha ha! Now that's an answer I like. Maybe I'm starting to understand where your grand ambition comes from. The Sea of Stars is definitely worth the challenge. Let this new journey begin right now. Alright, if you follow all these steps above, you will be able to clear this no problem. Okay, so yeah, what did I think about Camelot? He's actually pretty nuts to have in your team. If you can get him, that is. Let's see, what is my summon rate here? Okay, it's actually at the beginning. My last summon was on the destined banner, so it doesn't carry over, so I'm not gonna plan to pull for this. So yeah, that's the character for you. Hope you all find this video helpful or informative, and I'll see you all next time for more. And I am out.